The Zrathkan Empire had overrun hundreds of worlds with mechanical precision barely challenged. Their warriors, genetically refined on the fortress world of Dioguan, stood as the apex of interstellar warfare. Towering above most known sentient species, they wore natural chitin armor like a second skin. Their reflexes surpassed computer-guided targeting systems. Whenever the Galactic Coalition spoke of war, the Zrathkan were the hammer that silenced it, until they encountered the Deathworlders, Planet Terror, Sector Unclassified, threat level. Insane. At first, the contact logs seemed laughable. Temperature shifts on the planet occurred in days, swinging from molten heat to glacial cold. Its atmosphere was a volatile blend of nitrogen, oxygen, and reactive compounds. The wildlife? Monstrosities, with claws and jaws capable of tearing armored vehicles apart. Even the plant life was malevolent. Vines that crushed bone, pollen that killed slowly over time. Despite this, Zrathkan General Kavar expected the dominant species to be fragile, frightened things. When his scouts captured a human outpost, the prisoners baffled them. They bled and laughed. One even bit a Zrathkan bit with ordinary human teeth, shattering its armored forearm. That same human died from blood loss soon after, grinning through cracked, bloodied lips. Disturbed, Kavar ordered further study. The observation ship Vorth's Pride was sent to orbit a human military compound, cloaked, silent, invisible. Their target, Fort Resolute, described in intercepted communications as a basic training center. Kavar believed it would be an easy study, a glimpse into the soft underbelly of this warlike race. His elite soldiers gathered around the holofeed, prepared to mock the species' fledglings. What they witnessed silenced every clawed hand. On screen, human recruits ran through mud, faces blank, even as they were screamed at by fellow humans. The mud was laced with microorganisms lethal to most species, filth their biofilters would immediately purge. The humans didn't flinch. That is not training, one Zrathkan medic hissed. That is survival conditioning, and it escalated. The recruits plunged into pits filled with ice, emerging blue-lipped and shaking, only to be commanded into weapons drills minutes later. No thermal protection, no exoskeletons, just raw muscle, sheer determination, and defiance of every biological limitation. They later marched across jagged peaks with loads heavier than a Zrathkan light assault mech. Some stumbled, some vomited. None stopped, but the true horror revealed itself during live fire training. The humans crawled beneath barbed wire as live tracer rounds sliced inches above their backs. Mortars detonated along the perimeter. This wasn't simulation, it was war. Real lethal ammunition. One recruit froze, body trembling. A drill instructor stormed over, grabbed him by the vest, and hoisted him up like a rag doll. You freeze, you die, you move, you live. Choose. The recruit, tears cutting paths through mud-streaked cheeks, gave a shaky nod and crawled forward. Through gunfire, through hell, Kavar's soldiers sat in stillness. Their own basic training was conducted in sanitized chambers. AI-managed exercise routines, exosuits to dull pain, auto-sedation at the slightest sign of distress. Humans. They broke themselves on purpose. Kavar ended the transmission. The silence that followed felt like a tomb. "General?" an officer finally whispered. "What kind of world breeds such beings?" "Death," Kavar muttered. "A world built to destroy everything, except those too stubborn to die." But the deeper truth was far more unsettling. The Zrathkan had built their supremacy through centuries of selective breeding, enhancement, and genetic perfection. Yet here stood these soft-skinned, fragile-boned mammals who carved strength from agony. Their biology was irrelevant. What made them dangerous was their mindset. No claws, no armor, no natural weapons, just willpower, grit. An unrelenting instinct burned into their species, adapt or perish. For human children, the first lesson wasn't walking, it was falling, then standing, back up. By adulthood, they were experts in surviving events other species classified as extinction-level threats. The Zrathkan invasion plans were quietly shelved. War councils dissolved. Treaties drafted. Every Zrathkan who had watched that feed would carry the same nightmare until the end of their days, because if this was basic training, what then were their warriors?